isn't just entertainment anymore. It's a global force. It creates trends, breaks the internet, fills movie theaters, and turns fictional characters into icons that feel just as real as the people we know. Some anime become cult favorites, some become worldwide sensations, and a rare few become something bigger, a part of history. In this video, we're counting down the 10 anime that captured the attention of millions around the world, built massive fan bases, and changed the way people look at animation forever. Get ready, Wasu, because this list isn't based on opinion. It's based on impact, popularity, and the kind of cultural power that doesn't fade with time. So sit back, relax, and let's begin. Number 10, Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is chaotic, violent, unpredictable, and somehow still deeply emotional. And that's exactly why it blew up into one of the most talked about anime of the decade. The story follows Denji, a broke teenager with the most painfully simple goals in life. Eat good food, have a warm place to sleep, feel loved, and maybe, just maybe, touch a girl's chest someday. And then everything goes horribly wrong, horribly right, and horribly bloody all at once.
I really want to touch her boobs. Where there's a will, there's a way, and there's definitely a will.
Everyone's serious about this but you.
I understand what he meant now! And I found one or two things I'm serious about. The goal to give my life purpose is melons!
After forming a contract with his demon dog, Pochita, Denji gains the ability to turn into a living chainsaw hybrid, cutting through enemies with pure feral energy instead of heroic speeches or destiny. Chainsaw Man doesn't glamorize violence. It makes it messy, loud, and personal. Every fight feels desperate. Every character is damaged. Every victory costs something. Behind all the shock value, dark humor, and internet memes is a story about survival, loneliness, and wanting a life that finally feels worth living. Denji never wanted to save the world. He just wanted to exist without pain. And somehow that made him one of the most relatable protagonists in modern anime. Chainsaw Man didn't become popular because it was cool. It became popular because it was raw, human, and unforgettable, even when covered in blood and engine oil. Number 9, Spy X Family.
Papa might be the world's biggest liar, but he's a cool liar.
Spy X Family is the perfect mix of action, comedy, wholesomeness, and absolute chaos, all disguised as a normal family story. The plot begins with Lloyd Forger, a master spy who's forced to create a fake family in order to complete a high-level mission. So he adopts a little girl named Anya, not knowing she can read minds. Then he marries Yor, not knowing she's a professional assassin, and none of them know that the dog they eventually adopt can literally see the future. The result is a beautifully unhinged situation where everyone is lying for the sake of peace, but somehow becomes a real family anyway. The magic of this anime isn't just in the action, it's in the warmth. One moment, it's a high-stakes mission with guns and secrets, and the next moment, it's Anya trying to get a gold star in school by punching her way through friendship problems. Lloyd tries to be a perfect father. Yor tries not to accidentally kill anyone during dinner, and Anya tries to survive elementary school with telepathy and chaotic energy. Spy X Family became a global hit because it delivers something most anime don't. It's both fun and heartwarming without being boring for even 1 second. There are no filler episodes, no wasted characters, just pure charm, great timing, and a family that was never meant to exist, but somehow works better than most real ones. Number 8, My Hero Academia.
Fear not, citizens! Hope has arrived! Because I am here!
My Hero Academia takes place in a world where almost everyone is born with a special ability, a quirk. Everyone except Izuku Midoriya. He grows up powerless, idolizing the world's greatest hero and believing he can never become one himself. Until one day everything changes, and he inherits a legendary power that comes with both potential and pain. The heart of this anime isn't just in its action, but in its message. Being a hero isn't about strength, it's about courage, sacrifice, and holding on even when everything tells you to give up. And that's why Deku became so relatable. He's not the strongest, not the smartest, not the chosen one. He's the one who tries anyway. But of course, the action is a massive part of its success too. Explosive fights, emotional rivalries, incredible villain arcs, mentor relationships, and some of the most iconic soundtrack drops in modern anime. When you say run kicks in, even people who don't go to the gym suddenly feel like they could lift a car. My Hero Academia became globally popular not just because it's exciting, but because it gave a new generation the same "I want to be a hero too" feeling that older anime gave us years ago. It's stylish, dramatic, heartfelt, and still growing. And it continues to prove that anyone, even someone who starts with nothing, can rise far beyond expectations.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus! Ultra!
Number 7. Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen exploded in popularity almost instantly, and it's not hard to see why. It combines supernatural battles, sharp humor, emotional storytelling, and some of the cleanest fight animation ever put on screen. It doesn't waste time, it doesn't hold back, it just hits from the very first episode. The story follows Yuji Itadori, an ordinary teenager who becomes the host of a terrifying cursed spirit after swallowing a dangerous relic. Instead of running from danger, he chooses to fight, joining a school of elite sorcerers who battle curses born from human fear, grief, and hatred. And then there's Gojo, the teacher so powerful that he accidentally became a worldwide meme, a fashion icon, and a walking spoiler warning.
Man, honestly, I'm actually shocked.
Oh, really? Here come the excuses.
Not at all, Baldy. I'm saying I'm actually shocked you would ever have thought you could beat me with this loser shit.
Jujutsu Kaisen stands out because it respects both the viewer's time and intelligence. The pacing is tight, the stakes are real, the characters are layered, and the fights look like fully animated movie scenes, not TV shortcuts. Every hit has weight. Every sorcerer has a unique ability. Every episode leaves people wanting more. With one of the strongest first seasons in modern anime, a top-tier movie, and a fandom that spreads faster than cursed energy itself, Jujutsu Kaisen didn't just rise in popularity, it detonated into the mainstream. Number 6. Dandadan is what happens when an anime decides that rules, logic, and storytelling structure are optional, and pure glorious chaos is the main priority. It throws aliens, ghosts, psychic abilities, teenage emotions, and insane animation into one blender, and somehow turns it into something you can't stop watching. There's no slow introduction, no long explanations. No, wait until episode 4, it gets good. It starts weird. It stays weird. And that's exactly why it works. Every episode feels like the animation studio is trying to outdo itself. The visuals are explosive, the energy is nonstop, and the characters react to everything like they're permanently running on energy drinks in panic. It's fast, loud, unpredictable, and impossible to categorize. And that became its advantage. Instead of trying to fit into a genre, Dandadan became its own genre. Supernatural comedy with action so intense you forget to breathe, and jokes that hit before your brain finishes processing the scene before it. It doesn't ask you to understand it. It just asks you to enjoy the chaos. And millions of fans happily agreed.
I'll let you suckle my teats, boy. If you let me gobble your dung.
Number 5. Solo leveling. Solo leveling is the ultimate fantasy of going from powerless to unstoppable, and it delivers that satisfaction better than almost any anime in recent years. At the beginning, Jinwoo is the weakest hunter alive. He's so low ranked that even beginners pity him, and every mission feels like a near-death experience. But after a life-changing event inside a mysterious dungeon, he gains access to a unique leveling system no one else can see, turning him into the only person in the world who can grow stronger without limits. From that moment on, every episode becomes a power-up moment. Jinwoo doesn't just get stronger, he becomes terrifying, efficient, and focused. The world treats him like a background character, until it realizes he's the one standing at the top. What made solo leveling explode in popularity wasn't just the action, but the story's emotional core. Jinwoo doesn't want fame, followers, or a throne. He wants to protect the people he cares about, repay the world that counted him out, and never be weak or helpless again. Add in cinematic animation, a soundtrack that feels like a boss fight playlist, and one of the most iconic lines in modern anime.
Action? A command word, huh? Arise.
And it's no surprise this series went from web novel to manhwa to anime to global phenomenon. Solo leveling didn't just rise, it took the entire genre with it. Number 4. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is one of the most unexpected success stories in anime, because nobody expected a blue blob to become one of the most beloved fantasy protagonists of the decade. The story begins with an ordinary man who dies in the real world and wakes up in a new one as a harmless slime monster. No weapons, no muscles, no dramatic entrance. Just a squishy body and a surprising set of evolving powers. But instead of becoming a background creature, he transforms, literally and symbolically, into Rimuru Tempest, a leader, protector, and eventually a nation builder. What makes this anime stand out is how it balances comedy, world building, power fantasy, diplomacy, and heart. One moment you're watching political negotiations and monster alliance treaties, and the next you're laughing at Rimuru dealing with chaotic friends, over-eager allies, or sudden world-ending threats. Rimuru doesn't rule with fear, he builds trust. He doesn't conquer kingdoms, he forms alliances. And somehow this slime with no bones and no facial expression became a more respected leader than half the kings in fantasy storytelling. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime proved that you don't need to be a chosen hero, a legendary warrior, or even human to change the world. Sometimes all it takes is kindness, curiosity, and a little bit of overpowered magic.
今までは本気でなかったとでも、もはや貴様には何もできぬ。このまま俺に食われるがいい。
お前に食われる前に、俺がお前を食ってやるよ。俺はスライムだ。
Number 3. Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan didn't just become popular, it became a global event. This series started as a story about humanity trapped behind massive walls, hiding from giant, man-eating monsters called Titans. But what looked like a simple survival story quickly turned into one of the most intense, emotional, shocking, and politically complex narratives in modern anime. Every season raised the stakes. Every revelation changed everything we thought we understood. Every character carried trauma like a weapon, and every decision came with a cost. Attack on Titan made viewers question morality, loyalty, justice, and even the concept of who the real enemy is. The battles are brutal, the animation is unforgettable, and the soundtrack, especially tracks like Gurren no Yumiya and Vogel im Käfig, became legendary. Characters like Levi, Mikasa, Erwin, and Eren weren't just fan favorites. They became cultural icons. But what truly set Attack on Titan apart was its storytelling evolution. It started as a fight for survival and transformed into a philosophical war about freedom, revenge, and the weight of history. The show didn't just break expectations, it shattered them again and again. Whether people loved the ending or hated it, one thing is undeniable. Attack on Titan is one of the most impactful anime ever made. A series that didn't just entertain its audience, but changed the anime landscape permanently. Number 2, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is the perfect blend of emotion, beauty, and high-impact action. And it set a completely new visual standard for anime. From the very first episode, it pulls you in with tragedy, hope, and a brother-sister bond strong enough to carry an entire story. The series follows Tanjiro Kamado, a kind-hearted boy whose family is slaughtered by demons, leaving only his sister, Nezuko, alive, but transformed into a demon herself. Instead of giving up, Tanjiro commits to the impossible, finding a cure, protecting his sister, and defeating the darkness that took everything from them.
All right? Nezuko! Demon! This is what old man Saburo tried to tell me about. She doesn't have Nezuko's scent anymore. But there was another scent! Sorry I wasn't there to help. I have to at least save Nezuko, though. But she's too strong for me to do anything. Nezuko, just hang on! Please!
What made Demon Slayer a worldwide sensation wasn't just the emotion, it was the animation. Every fight looks like a painting in motion. Every technique, every sword swing, every flame and water effect feels handcrafted with purpose. Ufotable turned battles into artwork, and the result was so good that the Mugen Train movie became the highest-grossing anime film in history, breaking records across Japan and worldwide. The soundtrack is iconic. The villains are memorable. The characters grow, struggle, suffer, and fight with everything they have. And the emotional weight of the story hits just as hard as the action.
I can't leave this man alone here. Muzan Kibutsuji! No matter where you go, I promise you won't escape me! You can run as far as you want! I'll follow you to the ends of hell! And my blade will be the last thing you see! I'll never forgive you for what you've done!
Demon Slayer didn't just become popular, it became a phenomenon, proving that animation, when done with passion, can move audiences just as powerfully as live-action cinema.
Oi, Kaizoku! 集めた宝はどこに隠したんだ! あんたは手に入れたんだろ? あの伝説の大秘宝! あの一つなぎの大秘宝! ワンピースをよ!
Number 1, One Piece. One Piece isn't just an anime, it's a living legend. A story that has lasted more than 2 decades, crossed multiple generations, broken world records, and still isn't finished. What started as a simple adventure about a boy who wants to become the king of the pirates became one of the most emotionally rich, meaningful, and beloved stories ever told in animation. The series follows Monkey D. Luffy and his crew, a group of misfits, dreamers, outcasts, and warriors who sail together in search of the legendary treasure known as the One Piece. But the true power of the show isn't in the treasure, the fights, or even the world building. It's in the dreams. Every character has a goal. Every sacrifice matters. Every backstory cuts deep enough to stay with you for years.
Just face it already! You can't win, pirates! You morons can't challenge the entire world and expect to win!
Sniper King. Shoot down
that flag.
Roger.
One Piece gives viewers something rare, a journey that grows with them. It can be funny, heartbreaking, philosophical, strange, inspiring, or all of that in the same episode. It explores freedom, friendship, corruption, justice, loss, and the price of chasing a dream so big the world calls it impossible. With over 1,000 episodes, dozens of movies, millions of fans, and some of the most iconic characters in anime history,
坂田 B 売ったのにまだベラベラ喋ってお前ムカつく
麦
しお前その目はなんだい
やめろ麦おめえらもただじゃ済まねえぞやめてくれ
俺が見えんのかい
何する気だあいつ麦わらよ本気か
お前もムカつくいな
One Piece earned its place not just at the top of this list, but in the history of entertainment itself. And the craziest part? After all this time, the story is still going, and fans are still just as loyal, emotional, and hungry for what comes next. One Piece didn't become #1 because it's the longest running. It became #1 because no other anime has carried this much heart, world building, and storytelling power for this long, and still made people cry, laugh, scream, and believe in adventure.
俺はモンキー D ルフィお前らを超えて海賊王になる男だ
We're done here. Now the comments are yours. Just don't fight too hard. It's not a shonen battle. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're hunting for anime merch, I already picked out the best stuff. Link in the description. See you in the next one. And never stop chasing your dream.